Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So what I'm going to do today is show you guys how to make a super easy shrimp Alfredo. Now this is by no means made from scratch, but I'm going to show you how to make something that tastes really good. Now first, when I start making pasta, I always start boiling my water. So I'm going to fill a pot up, stick it on the stove on high, and I'm going to add a little salt to my water so that it flavors the noodles. So we have our shrimp here. What I'm doing is I'm rinsing them, making sure they're thawed out because they're still a little frozen. If you don't do this, then it's going to water down your sauce and it's not going to be as flavorful. So just rinse your shrimp, make sure they're nice and thawed out and cleaned. Now that that's done, you can tell they're all soft and movable. There's no ice left on them or anything like that. These are fully cooked, by the way, so there's not much we really need to do. Now we're going to start working on our sauce. Now we're going to take some butter. Put as much butter as you like. If you don't want to use butter, you don't have to. This does give a little bit of a richer flavor. So these are some of the seasonings that we're going to be using. We have the seasoning salt, onion powder. We're going to use the Italian seasoning. We're also going to use garlic powder, of course, salt and pepper. Alright, so our butter is continually melting. We're going to add some garlic, some minced garlic. You can use what I'm using in a jar, or you can just mince up your own. It's about a tablespoon. Put it in there and let it start to simmer, or I don't know, flavor up the butter, I guess. So mix it around and yeah, you'll start smelling it. It's going to be smelling really, really good. Now after we do this, we're going to open our sauce. I have 2 jars of sauce. I'm going to open those and I'm going to pour them into the butter. So I'm just using Great Value roasted garlic Alfredo sauce. Like I said, this is not from scratch, but it's the next best thing. So a lot of people, you know, sometimes don't have time to make stuff from scratch or don't want to buy all the ingredients. And this is an easy way to achieve something yummy at home. So we're going to mix all that up, combine the butter, make sure it's nicely incorporated with our jarred Alfredo sauce. And as you can see, it's beautifully combined now. Now we're going to add our seasoning. So we got to flavor this sauce. This sauce that you get at the store doesn't have much flavor. It does have a lot of sodium, but it does not have much flavor. So we're just going to add a little bit of salt to it. Some black pepper. We're going to add our, I believe, onion powder next. Okay, no, this is Italian seasoning, but we are going to add onion powder too. And there it is. There's our onion powder. And then we're going to add our seasoning salt. Yes, a little bit of that. And we're going to finally add our garlic powder. Now, a lot of people might ask, what measurements are you adding? I would just start with a teaspoon or half a teaspoon. You can always add more later. Better to not add too much in the beginning, because you can, if it's too salty at the end, then there's nothing you can do about it. But if it's not salty enough, you know, you can sprinkle a little on your own serving or something like that. So always start with a little bit and taste it as you go. And if you need a little more, add a little more. So what I'm doing is I'm combining it, mixing it all up, and then we're going to just let this start to simmer and let the flavors just combine a little bit. Now our water is all done boiling, so you can see it, we got it to boiling. Like I said, I set it on high and added some salt. We're going to put our noodles in now, and we're going to basically add some oil to this because it also helps the noodles not stick together when they're boiling. So stir that around, make sure nothing is stuck together, and let that go for whatever your package instructions say. I think these were like 9 minutes or something like that. So I'm gonna let those go. Our Alfredo sauce is bubbling away, so it looks really good. It smells really good. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and add our shrimp to it. Like I said, our shrimp is already fully cooked, so not much we need to do with it, but add it in the sauce and let them kind of warm up and maybe, you know, absorb some of the flavor that we put in there. Just gonna mix this up. And then we're gonna cover that and let that go. So now I'm just checking on my pasta, mixing it around, making sure, you know, nothing's sticking together. And then I'm checking on my sauce again. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add some grated Parmesan, something you put on spaghetti. You could add shredded Parmesan, you could add mozzarella. I usually do add mozzarella, but I had a block of mozzarella in the freezer and it's frozen, and I was like, I don't really feel like being bothered with it. So I just added the Parmesan cheese, and it gives it really, really good flavor. So go ahead and mix that up and let that go ahead and continue to simmer for a little bit. Alright, so like I said, we're going to mix that around and let that continue to simmer and bubble up. As we can see, we're simmering and bubbling, so what we're going to do now is cut this down to low. We cooked it on medium-high the whole time, and let that cool down a bit. We're going to drain our pasta. Our pasta is all done and ready to go. So go ahead and pour that in your sink in a strainer. And then we're going to put it back in the same pot we just boiled them in. So I'm going to throw a little butter. Like I said, that helps with the noodles not sticking together, and it gives it really good flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we're going to plate it up. Just going to put a little bit of our pasta down on our plate, and then we're going to put some of our Alfredo sauce with our shrimp over that. And does that not look amazing? Oh my goodness, it was so good. Definitely had no leftovers. I thought I would, but we did not. So if you're like me and you like a little spice, I'm going to add some red chili flakes. I also added some sriracha on mine, so give that a try. Tell me what you guys think. I hope you like this video. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.